Yay Networks.
Hi, Wild Ones. Welcome back to the Wild Rose podcast. I'm Whitney Rose.
And I'm Connie Daniels.
And today we are breaking down episode 4, The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City.
Yes, episode 4.
Before we start, I have to thank you because I've been running around all morning, doing all the errands and all the things. And I came home to a nice little gift on my doorstep. I haven't opened it yet, but thank you for a gift at my door.
Of course. Happy birthday.
Yeah, thank you.
For everyone who doesn't know, Whitney just had a birthday.
Another year around the sun. But episode 4, what do you have for me? What did you think?
Episode 4. So we continue the last day of the girls' trip.
Yes.
So this is the one where you take over drag makeup for everyone.
Which honestly, I did not see it being such a big problem for some people. Like when Trixie and I came up with that idea, and my producers, when we came up with this idea, it really was to lean in the fun of having the opportunity to be with one of the world's top drag queens.
Absolutely.
I mean, Trixie is one of the top in the world, and this is a once in a lifetime opportunity. She has an iconic cosmetic line. It was supposed to be fun.
Right.
It's supposed to be like back in the day when you're going out in high school and you get ready together. Like it's supposed to be a bonding. Like makeup is a girl's thing, and it was supposed to be like cute, fun bonding, not like turning into the biggest shit show ever.
And tears were cried about it.
I just want to throw that disclaimer out.
Yeah.
If I knew how upset people would be, I don't think I would have suggested it.
Yeah.
I mean, the point of it was to do the exact opposite of what happened. So throwing out that disclaimer.
Yeah, good point. Good point. Because you were saying that if you weren't going to have any fun, then you were going to take over and do something fun. So that was the whole idea of it. Let's have fun. Let's do...
If you caught the little moment when we were having lunch, we were all asking Meredith, what is the plan for tonight? What is the plan for tonight? And she's like, I don't know. I don't have a plan. Like, she didn't have anything planned, which on these girls' trips, if you're hosting and you don't take ownership, that's the biggest no man's land to be in, because people will take over and you're not going to like what they do. Right.
Well, and, in her confessional, she says, what if I had something planned, Whitney? But she... Yeah, right. And that was recorded. She didn't have anything planned. So if she had something planned, obviously, would you have still tried to do the drag makeup thing, or would you have just let her do her thing?
No, if she had something planned, we wouldn't have had... We had this up our sleeve as a backup just because I thought, we have Trixie. This is iconic.
Right.
And, if she had something planned, I wouldn't have suggested it.
Yeah. Right. Okay. I just had to make sure.
Fun. But I mean, let's be honest. I don't think she was really prepared to host a girls' trip at Trixie Motel.
Yeah. I don't know. She had t-shirts made. She kind of did.
Yeah. No, we had a good day though. Meredith and I did. We had a great day team building. She and I won all the contests, which was so funny because they were heavily based on communication. And the one thing that she always throws at me, I'm like, no, I'm not a poor communicator. I just don't think you like to hear the truth.
Well, there it is, people.
Well, it was interesting because she and I kept, I think we both learned a lot on that trip. Let's just say,
so
a lot about our friendship for sure.
Yeah. So what do you feel like you learned on your end of things?
On my end of things is that I just have to stay strong and speak my truth, and not bend and fold for other people.
Yeah. Right.
And with Meredith, I've learned, we really do love each other. Like we're friends, and we do have great communication skills. I think we just need to a lot of our stuff was residual from the year before.
Okay.
So we just had to work through it.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because it like you said, you guys do love each other and you do have good communication. It hasn't really shown through on TV yet. So maybe later in the season it might. I don't know.
We'll see.
We'll see if it shows through. But in person, that's how you feel right now.
Today where I am today, that's how I feel.
So these little trust exercises they did where one person was blindfolded and the other one had to walk each other through the little course. Do you feel like that actually helped you guys, or do you feel like it was just kind of a silly little game you guys did?
I feel like it was a silly little game that we did, but I particularly loved it because it's a proof point for me. It's validation and proof that, no, I am a great communicator. So don't ever say that again, please.
Right. Well, good. So, of course, Mary sat in the van and didn't want to do it and said that she wasn't ready to do any trust activities with anyone. She's not ready to trust anyone. Like, what do you think?
I don't know what she's ready for.
I don't either. She's a loose cannon and just wants to do her own thing, which is so funny to me. I'm like, okay.
Just say, can we please just let her do her own thing? Like, let's stop bugging her. Let's stop trying to push her to do stuff. Like, leave Mary in Mary world. Like, we're good.
She's happier there.
Yes, she's happier there.
Yeah, she gets to call out and get like her double shot lattes while she sits there and talks to herself.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Let's see here. Did she ever answer you on why she even came on the trip if she doesn't want to be around any of you? Because you did call her out and you were like, Mary, I just want to know, why do you even come if you don't want to be around any of us?
Well, yeah, because it's kind of like that whole misery loves company thing. Like, we've been on girls' trips where one person's just off and it's like, we're like, girl, bye. Like, don't bring your bad mood here.
Right.
Like, all take away from our families, our businesses. No, she never answered me, but I just don't understand.
Yeah.
I just don't understand a lot of things.
Yeah.
With that situation.
Yeah. I don't know either.
But it's not like, I have much control over it. So
no, you don't. I keep seeing a lot of posts like, why is Mary back? Why is she even there? And I don't know. I like watching her facial expressions and like her also like out of pocket comments and stuff, but she's still just calling you Missy and like talking down to you. Oh,
she's so condescending. And it's really irritating, but and people really get after me. They're like, why don't you stand up for yourself? Like, put her in her place. I don't have to. I personally don't need that. I know who I am. What she says rolls off my back. I really don't care. I understand the optics of it, but trust me, it is not worth going against her.
Yeah.
I'd rather I'm going to have a hard boundary. I'm not going to put myself in the line of fire anymore.
Right.
But I was avoiding it at all costs. But it just proves my point of like, I think she knows who she thinks if she sees weakness, she's going to go after it. And I think she's very mistaken by my kindness because I'm not weak. The reunion, if I get the chance to speak to her, I have a lot to say.
You think she'll go to the reunion? I don't know. Well, she gives us a lot to talk about either way.
She does add this flair to the show. That's great. But it's like, just freaking come up with new material if you're going to keep going after me.
Yeah. Yeah, totally. We're ready for something new.
Realizes like, yeah, I'm the young one. I'm the youngest, but like, I'm taking it as a compliment. Like,
right. Well, good for you. Okay, so after this trust exercise, I'm going to go back to like the drag makeup because you guys go back and that's when you tell everyone this is what we're going to do. So everyone goes to get ready. And like, what were you thinking? Did you hear Lisa crying over having to cancel her glam and not being in control of what she looks like? She was so upset. I was not expecting tears over that. I get it if it's not everyone's cup of tea to like go all out and get into costume or whatever, but did you hear her crying?
Yeah, I did.
What were you thinking?
I talked to her. I was outside of her room for a little bit. And
okay.
I respect the process of making a TV show, so I have to be careful with how I work this, but not everything that we own as far as activities, things like that, our ideas are in our control, really. Like some things, it's like you got to make it your own.
Yeah.
May not have been your initial, but you've been assigned it and you have to figure out how to make it authentic to you. So this is one of those situations where I had to roll with it.
Yeah.
like here we go, you know, and I am a very loyal castmate that way. And I partner with production. So I'm never going to like throw shade at that. But do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. So I was trying to walk through this with Lisa, just like, listen, just go along with it. If we stop wasting time by throwing these fits and arguing, you'll have time for glam after. So I was propositioning, I was like, why don't we just do it? Let's do the activity. Then everyone can have 30 minutes. If they want to change their face, they can.
Right. So that was your initial...
That entire 30 minutes, crying, phone calls, screaming, yelling. Yeah. So, I mean,
There went that idea.
And instead, I took that extra 30 minutes of contour that just took like those lips and contour just took on a life of their own.
How much time did it take you guys to put this makeup on? Because drag makeup is no joke. Like, it's not just throwing your face on real quick. Like, there's a lot that goes into it.
Well, we were supposed to only have 30 minutes, but because of the episodes and the people being upset, we had more like an hour and a half.
Oh, okay.
And it turned into be fun. Angie and I had so much fun in the room together, just laughing our asses off at each other. Like how ridiculous we were looking. And then I'd get a glimpse of Monica here and there, and I would just die because she had purple eyebrows. Like it was just, those of us who leaned into it
had fun.
Like it had so much fun.
Oh, good.
And for that, like I feel bad that everyone else, like a few missed out. I would say it's like half and half, right? The wet noodles.
It was half and half.
And the poodles.
Yeah. That was a pretty funny comment that Monica made.
It's hard because there's been times where I've been asked to do a lot of things I'm not comfortable with. But it's just part of being a team.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, this one looked like you guys were all divided right down the middle. How did you know, real quick, one more question about this drag makeup, because it's fascinating to me. How I would be Googling or like YouTubing how to do drag makeup. How did you know how to do it? Because you all looked good.
Like a couple times a month. I live in the drag world. You know this. Like I'm constantly hosting drag shows. I'm going to drag shows. I'm friends with a lot of drag queens. I'm a huge fan of RuPaul Drag Race. So I just know drag makeup. I knew I need to cut my cheek in very dramatically. I needed to overline my lips. Some big liner. In the drag, I don't know where my drag obsession started. I think I remember the first drag queen I ever saw was in Palm Springs with my dad when I was a teenager. And after that, I just became like really intrigued by it. And I think it was after I had surgery or something, I just started binging RuPaul Drag Race.
Oh, yeah.
And I was just, it reminded me a lot of Housewives. Like the interviews, they're so shady, and their comedy was like everything to me, and these performances and just the shady remarks. I think because I'm such a nice girl, I kind of aspire to be a drag queen where I can be a little bit more sassy.
So when you were all done up, do you feel that way? Like you walked out, you were little girl.
Yeah.
Which was hilarious because Trixie was like, I guess that makes me big woman.
Her comedy is hysterical.
I died. I was like, oh my gosh, that's so good.
She's just so quick-witted. I mean, you've met her in person.
Yep, yeah. I have.
On and off camera. It's just hilarious.
Yep. So were you mostly surprised or were you surprised that Meredith half-assed it?
Honestly, with her connections to the community and stuff, I was. I actually was surprised because Meredith has been down for some other things that are similar, like dressing up, like not taking herself too seriously. So I think that if it wasn't her trip and it wasn't my idea, if you will, she would have done.
Yeah.
I think it was more sticking it to me than sticking it to the situation.
Yeah, I kind of felt that.
I'm going to give her the benefit of the doubt on that, because I was shocked that she wouldn't participate with just this once in a lifetime opportunity that we had.
Right. I was actually surprised too that she didn't. But then I was like, oh, I wonder if she's just proving a point right now.
Yeah, well, let's give her that benefit of the doubt, because the other option I don't like.
Yeah, I'm with you. Okay, so all of you guys go back in the room afterwards, and before you guys go out, and it gets real quiet, and you even bring up like how weird the energy shifted and changed, and everyone's kind of like, what was going on? Did you know, or what was that about?
No, it was so weird. So after the competition and we went in to the cafe, there was a distinct energy shift. It was as if someone literally pulled a lever in the room and it got negative.
Weird.
Like it went really dark, like just really dark energy, negative. And I honestly don't know where it came from, other than I think it was the divide of the people who chose to participate and who didn't. Yeah. It was almost as if they had a text message going back and forth or something, like this vibe.
I could see that, but it kind of threw you off.
Yeah, I'm very sensitive to energy, and I could feel it before anything even really happened. And like Monica was getting worked up, Lisa was getting worked up, and we see later on the bus that so that's probably what I was sensing, but it was bad.
Yeah. Were you surprised that Monica won?
I mean, yeah, if you're really going for like true drag makeup, yeah, her drag was not very good, but I'm not surprised she won for like effort, because she went all in with like
her attitude.
Attitude. Yeah. And so, I feel like I'm glad. Yeah, she deserved it.
Yeah. Okay. So you guys get all on the bus and everything, and she goes after Lisa. Like cuts. Yeah.
Ellen, that was watching it, Connie. Sorry, I know you have a question about it.
No, you're good.
I was just like watching it back, like you kind of relive that moment, and that edit was actually in favor. Like it got way uglier.
It was in favor of Monica?
I would say in favor of both of them.
Oh, dang.
Most of Monica. Monica got a great, because when I have to be careful when I say this, because it's not that it was edited differently. It's, taking 20 minutes and putting it into one.
Mm-hmm.
There was a lot left out that could have been
in there. Yeah.
In there. And yeah.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. So
I felt bad. I felt bad for Lisa in that moment.
Yeah. I mean, Monica's calling her a shallow piece of shit. In Portuguese? Yeah. Is it Portuguese?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what? We all come from different walks of life. We all have different backgrounds. Lisa is Lisa, and she's never changed. So, you can't really be mad at Lisa for being Lisa.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean by that?
Right. I think that...
And Monica's her friend. So why is her friend berating her?
Yeah, it's interesting.
A red flag went up for me that night. I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa. Can you imagine if I just came at you like that, Connie?
No. No. I can't imagine we'd be friends.
Like that, I would be like, Connie needs to be checked in.
Yeah.
Something's majorly wrong.
It's kind of like maybe she was projecting some stuff has going on inside her and onto Lisa, because Lisa's just living her life like you said, like she normally. That's just Lisa, and she's given her such a hard time about her ring, and that middle class people don't have $60,000 rings, and which is kind of funny because Lisa thinks that they do. I'm not sure about that.
Actually, to back Lisa up here, her point that she's trying to make is that Monica drives a very nice Range Rover.
Oh,
So. And we all know that those are 100,000 plus.
Sure.
Yeah. I think Lisa's point was you have nice things too, Monica. It's just scale. 60,000 to Lisa could be 1,000 to me.
Mm-hmm.
And I would be freaking out if I lost something that cost cost that much money to me,
right?
You know,
right?
Or that was sentimental too, like it's your wedding ring.
Yeah. There's something about Lisa that gets under Monica's skin, and she definitely showed it because you guys get into the bar and they continue this fight. Like, what were people thinking in that bar? Were they just like, oh my gosh, first of all, half of you women are in drag and the other half are not. You don't even look like you're in the same group together, but like, and you guys are screaming and fighting. Like, what was everybody thinking about? Like, was everyone staring at you guys, I imagine?
Yeah, it was, half the people were just confused by the whole situation. Cause I mean, we're screaming, we have cameras. So half the people were like, what is going on? But then a lot of people knew what was going on and they were getting invested. Like they were like cheering and rooting people on. And it was really interesting. And so we have our friend in Scottsdale, Ryan and Kim. So I was at Ryan M. Scottsdale, their salon. And Rod, it was actually that Barbie look I did for Arizona drag show back in June during Pride Month. Ryan did my hair. We did this big Barbie look, and he had Rod Ortiz with him. He's new at the salon. He's from LA. He was actually in the bar that night. So when he was doing my hair, we were talking about the fight. So he is just sitting there having drinks, and we walk in. So he watched the whole thing go down, and hearing it from his perspective, he was like, that was the wackiest. Like none of it added up. Like he was like, it was mass chaos. Everyone was just like going up to a different person and start yelling. Yeah. Yeah. And then I don't know what got in the air that night. I don't either. Meredith got real ugly calling Angie a bulldog. And then Angie's just right there in her face. Like, excuse me. Anyway, like, yeah, I was kind of cringing at the fight because it was just, everyone was losing it. Everyone was losing it. I think we were just tired. Those wigs were heavy. Were they really 45 pounds? Yeah. I had a full-on headache after. I don't know how these queens are out there rocking them all day and night. Damn, much respect. Yeah, well, Trixie's are extra because they're like a lot of blonde. You know, her persona is big. Yeah. But I feel bad for Angie. Yeah. Like coming into this group is so rough, and it like unfortunately gets worse this next week. Yeah. Oh, the rumors, all that. That's right. That's coming up. Yeah. Well, I know you called out Meredith about not participating in the drag, and she starts listing all of her issues that she's having right now, and including like this child that is having that, you know, isn't well. But like, do you regret even bringing that stuff up to her? Because she really lost it when you brought that up again. No, I don't. And again, it goes back to like what you saw versus what was the full context of the situation. She was being nasty to everyone. She said way worse things to Angie. Meredith was in a whole nother dimension I've never seen before on this trip. And it was like every time someone talked, so she and I were trying to talk and use what we learned on the field during those games. So we would like call each other out and be like, that's not like, we were trying to work through our stuff. And she lost it. And what she does is she pulls in extraneous situations so that she doesn't have to face what's in front of her. So it's an avoidance mechanism. And I was really just done. Yeah. Because the thing is if we don't nip it in the butt, it's going to be drag on and on and on and on and on. And I just don't have, like I said in episode 1, the brain cells to like wait on that. Like I don't want to live through a 6-week Meredith grudge. I'd rather just nip it in the butt and call it out. Yeah, for sure. But I as a viewer, I feel bad for the child. Like whatever's going on, I feel bad. I don't want to see people hurting or in pain. And my point was we could all reach for things. While her best friend is dying of cancer, I have family members who are really struggling with things. You know, like I have things in my personal life. My kids are having issues that we're navigating. Like we could all blame our poor behavior on something. Right. But my point was be accountable to yourself. You're saying things to Angie. Do not blame it on a 3-year-old being sick. This is your mouth. That was my point.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
well, that's good because as a viewer, I think she, depending on whose side you're on, she really does try to make you look bad for bringing that up in that context, I guess. But she twists it in her mind, like, you know.
Well, and she got the favored edit. So, but that's fine. I know what my intentions were, and just wait. It's not over.
Mm-hmm. Right. Okay, so you guys all leave. You guys get back on the bus. I had to laugh, and I'm sure you did too, at the McDonald's that Mary's huge bag of McDonald's. I kind of wondered it when you guys got back on the bus if you wished that you all just went to McDonald's instead of went in that bar and had that ferocious fight.
Yeah, I was actually mad at Clark because I asked for something from McDonald's and I got it.
Well, it looks like Mary got it because she had a pretty big bag of McDonald's. I thought that was funny. Oh my gosh. I guess that kind of wraps it up. I think they get into a little bit more of like Monica being Jen's assistant. And I'm finding out there's more and more people who worked for Jen Shaw, apparently for free.
Yeah.
Actually, but I don't know. We don't have to.
Well, I actually want to clarify one thing because Monica threw a blanket statement out there and she was like, y'all worked for Jen. You all did favors. And I never did shit for Jen. I never gave one favor. The only thing I gave Jen was a kind heart and compassion. Because honestly, I never was running around for Jen, ever.
Mm-hmm. I can attest to that because I was around.
Yeah. I mean, I can't speak for everyone on my cast. I think everyone else has done Jen's dirty work at some point. But like, I never did shit for her.
Yeah.
So, no, Monica.
Well, next episode's going to be good. It looks like, Monica brings up this apparent rumor about Angie. So is this the rumor? Does it all stem from, I don't know if you can say it yet though, because the episode's not out yet, but I think we're kind of like assuming that the rumor starts with Meredith because she was saying some stuff about her husband.
Yeah. The Meredith at the dinner table where she is like, go there with husband? like that accent and slurring of her words, remember?
Right. They showed it like 100 times.
She was definitely threatening. And then you saw Lisa come into my room because Meredith brought stuff back up after the dinner to Lisa. And then she pulled me aside at the airport on the way home, which we saw in the teaser. Yep. So we'll have to stay tuned for next week's bonus episode because, can't go there yet.
Yeah, we'll break it down next week.
Thank you for the time. Can't believe we're still living in this world of Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, but here we are.
We're here for it.
All right. Well, thank you to everyone for following along. We hope that you enjoy these bonus episodes while season 4 of The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City is airing. I know Connie and I love to talk about all the tea, so we hope you love to hear it. And don't forget, be you.
Stay wild.
Yay Networks.